Hey guys, welcome to this video. Today I am playing Cuphead, but I'm only allowed to use the starter shot, aka the peashooter. And this was probably the hardest challenge in Cuphead I've done yet. So make sure you like and subscribe. And if you have any more Cuphead challenges, then leave them in the comments. Please, I am running out of ideas. The rules are simple. You can only use the peashooter. No other charms, no other shots, but you can still use supers and EXs. Let's get right into the challenge. We started a new world because I didn't want anyone else to think I was cheating, so yeah, if I beat it there'll be proof at the end. Anyway, we got the power, the only shot we can use in the game, the peashooter. So we went to the first boss, the root pack. The potato was easy because nothing really changed in it, so yeah, we did that one pretty quick. I did take a little bit of damage from it, but it was fine. The onion was literally probably easier than the potato because I didn't take any damage. It was the same thing as always, just like the potato. Easy. And the carrot was a little bit difficult because I had to go around and actually shoot the carrot, because usually I just use chaser or crack shot, but we still did it in the end. That's easy. Next up was Ruby and Croaks. Yes, I know the other one's name now. And it was really easy. We just shot them with the peashooter. First and second phase were easy. We just shot them in the crotch with the peashooter and used the EX move every time we could. So yeah. The third phase was also really easy. Like nothing changed at all, so we did that pretty quick. Cool. Let's go. Goopy Legrand was next, and he is literally just as boring and just as repetitive as he always is. The peashooter was easy to use on him, just like every boss in this aisle. We almost took damage, but we didn't. The second phase was the exact same. So yeah, that was pretty dumb. And the final phase, I actually had to move around and aim up at him, so that was kind of annoying. But yeah, it was still really easy, so we did it. I can't believe I almost died just there. The next boss and the first plain boss of the challenge was Hildeberg. Now I'm going to tell you how plain bosses work. It's literally just the normal plain boss, except we can't use the bombs. Yes, we can only use the shoot, which was still pretty easy. So yeah, we did Hildeberg like normal as ever, because you don't even get the bombs to start with. Okay, I think this is going to be a lot easier. And it was, because the next boss we're doing for the challenge was King Incarnation, aka the flower. The peashooter was actually very good for the boss fight. Like, oh my gosh, it was really good, so no. I did it first try, and the first and final phase were both very easy. In conclusion, it's a very easy boss. Easy? Before I go to the next aisle, I wanted to do the mausoleum so I could get the super art, because I knew I was going to need it. And turns out I actually was right. Very right. Easy. So yeah, I got it very easily, and I got the super power art thing. I don't even know. The first boss for Inkwell 3 was very nice for Bonbon. For the minions, we got the cupcake. We got the candy corn, who I personally think is kind of annoying. There we go. And the waffle, who was actually kind of difficult using the peashooter only. And when we got to the actual boss fight, it was really easy. We almost died, but still, it was easy. Oh my gosh. Next up was Jimmy the Great. Jimmy, he was easy. I don't usually use the bombs for this boss fight anyway, so nothing really changed. I shot down both pillars in the second phase because that actually does more damage, so it makes the third phase quicker. Speaking of the third phase, it was extremely easy. The fourth phase was kind of difficult, but only because I struggled on that phase. Used my super art and defeated that phase pretty quickly. Oh my. And for the actual guy, I shot his big head and used the super, and he died really quickly. I'm pretty sure I did it first try. Beppy was next, and the peashooter is actually a very decent shot for this. So yeah, that was pretty nice. The second phase was a lot more difficult with the peashooter because I had to avoid the dogs, and usually, like I said, I used like the chaser or the crack shot to hit the dogs or moving projectiles. Anyway, we got it done, and the third phase was pretty easy. We just shot the donkey, and the final phase was probably the easiest phase actually. We used our super art on him and his little penguin friends or whatever, because that's a good strategy I found on YouTube, and we eventually beat him. Gotcha. Oh my, that was... Oh my, how did that hit me? Yes, just ignore what I'm doing. Yeah, the next boss was Grim Matchsticks, and I actually struggled on him so much that I used the extra 3 lives power up. And don't worry, this is the only time I use it for this whole entire thing, and it's the first time I've ever used it on this channel. The first and second phase were both really easy, but the final phase, that was the part that I hated the most. The final phase, I always would hit the fireballs and it would kill me, or I would just be like, oh my goodness gracious. As you can tell, I was excited when I did it. Next up was the bird, and it was literally just normal Wally Warbles. I'm probably saying this name wrong, but it was just a normal one, so I'll skip to the part where it actually got pretty interesting. Then shoot. The final phase was where it got quite interesting, because usually any normal person would use the bombs on this phase. I didn't have the bombs, so I had to go right up to his bird butt and shoot him. It was still quite easy. I did it first try, so that was pretty nice. Oh my gosh. First try, I think that was. The first boss for Inkwell 3 was Rumor Honeybottoms. This whole boss fight was actually quite easy, except for the last phase, but we'll get to that. I did the first phase quick, same with the second phase. I did take a little bit of damage on it, but that's fine. And the final phase was the part where it got quite difficult, because you'd have to actually aim down, so that's why I died a few times. But we did eventually beat it. Next up was Captain Brownie Beard, and as usual this boss is extremely easy. He should be on like Inkwell 1 or 2 at least, that's how easy I think he is. The last phase was pretty difficult with the peashooter though, because with the place where I usually hide, the peashooter couldn't reach him when I was there, so I had to actually get up and shoot him in his stupid little ship face or whatever. But it was fine, I beat it, don't worry, it was fine. First try. Next boss was Calamaria, and it was another plain boss, so it was literally just pretty much the normal boss. Again, I don't usually use the bomb for Calamaria. I did the first phase quick, same with the second phase, and yeah, I did the third phase quick too, very quickly. So yeah, that was nice. Oh, easy. I don't really have a script. Next was Sally's stage play, and this boss was actually really easy with the peashooter. Pretty much all the phases, because it was like the perfect arena for the peashooter. The final phase was a little tiny, the tiniest bit like atom size of a challenge, because again, like most of the times the peashooter sucked, I'd usually use the chaser or something. But it's fine, I just aim up like I did on Goopy. It was only slightly harder than Goopy, but it was still fine. And we eventually won. Next up was the rat. I still don't know his name, honestly. This was still, like, another very easy boss fight. Especially with the peashooter, just like Sally's stage play. The second phase was a kind of difficult, but the final phase and the first phase were both really easy. I used my super art whenever I saw the ghost, which was like one time, and yeah, I eventually beat the stupid rat man. Next was Dr. Cal. Dr. Cal was, I always say this, Dr. Cal is a very, very easy boss in my opinion. I know how people struggle, because, like, he is kind of difficult, but he's still really easy in my opinion. Just use the super on the second phase, because that's what always people gotta do. And the final phase was just felt the same as always, so I did that easily. Didn't even have to use my super arm. The last boss for Inkwell out of 3 was the Phantom Express, obviously. I actually quite struggled on this phase, only because on the third and last phase was difficult. The first two were extremely easy, especially the skeleton guy. The last one, though, was quite annoying because the ghost things that drop skulls when they're killed kept moving the cart and it would kill me. And the last phase, it was actually kind of easy. I don't know why I said it was hard. You just gotta dodge the things and shoot the heart. So yeah, that was done quick. Now we're up to King Dice, the first and second to last boss of Inkwell Hell, and the second to last boss of this challenge. Now I'm gonna just quickly go through the mini bosses. The Tipsy Troops, I picked them because all three of them are very easy to beat, and I beat them like very quickly. They were so quickly to beat and easy. The cigarette guy, I don't know his name, but he was also very easy to beat, so that's why I picked him, and because I accidentally rolled the wrong. I also did the skeleton guy because I'd get a heart if I beat him, so yeah, that was easy, very easy. And Mangosteen, enough said. Okay, now that they were all done, I finally got onto the boss, and it was very easy. I had all the hearts from getting all the hearts on the poker game or whatever it is. Well, I don't actually think it's poker, but I don't really care. And we beat him. King Dice is easy. The final boss of the challenge is the Devil, and he was actually very difficult, but not because of the first phase. It was actually because of the third phase. The first and second phase were both really easy. The third phase, though, that was difficult because there was so much going on. I only had a peashooter, and for some reason I was never hitting him, even though I was always aiming at him. And it was so difficult that I literally wanted to get the extra 3 hearts from the genie. But you know what? I didn't. And I beat him, because I am very cool. It took me like 60 tries.